that is great about Seattle on both national and the world stage. We have been working for nearly 2 years, collaborating with the Seattle Sports Commission, the Mariners, Major League Baseball, T-Mobile Park, Lumen Field, and many others to ensure that our residents and visitors have a safe and enjoyable experience throughout All-Star Week, both at events and while just exploring our city. We've been meticulously planning the operational supports needed to execute these major special events, ensuring dollars generated benefit our local economy, and making sure that we have legacy investments that will benefit our communities for many years to come. I'm very proud of how our city leaders and departments have worked together and tirelessly with our partners associated with the All-Star Game to make sure that this will be an enjoyable and safe event for everyone. This is truly One Seattle in action. Visit Seattle, who is one of our key partners, is forecasting that more than $50 million will be generated over the next few days from more than 100,000 fans that will be attending games and events in our stadiums, in our stadium district, and around the downtown area. Now this is both an influx of residents from our own region and guests from all around the world who will provide a significant and welcome boost to foot traffic. To capitalize this, our partners at Visit Seattle and the Intentionalist have created a map that highlights the BIPOC, women, and LGBTQ+ owned businesses, curated along a map that is being called the Green Path. And Director Spots will talk a little bit more about that in detail shortly. As I mentioned, our departments have been working together to address everything from cleaning and beautification to transportation and public safety. To be clear, creating a clean, safe, and vibrant community and city has been the mayor's priority from day one, and we work tirelessly every single day to make that a reality for our residents. We know, however, that major events like the All-Star Game create a different impact on the city and are a chance for Seattle to shine on the national and international stage. So in preparation for the All-Star Game, we've doubled our regular multi-departmental cleaning efforts, including litter pickup, to twice a day in downtown, SoDo, and the Chinatown International District, as those neighborhoods will see the most significant increase in visitors. Our SDOT right-of-way maintenance and urban forestry teams have been cleaning up tree pits and planters, trimming trees, addressing graffiti, and pressure washing. We're also working with construction sites to ensure that our pedestrians can safely navigate city streets, and with our SPU graffiti rangers to increase cleaning services throughout the city. We have a new partnership with the nonprofit Uplift Northwest that's helping to address graffiti on private businesses, especially in our Chinatown International District, where it's been a significant issue for many, many months. Since our One Seattle Day of Service in May, the city has worked with and provided supplies to community groups that have come together to help ensure Seattle is beautified and clean, not just for All-Star Week visitors, but for all of us that live, work, and play in Seattle year-round. And I would say that is a testament to the people of Seattle. Seattleites are very proud of where they live. And when asked if they can be part of the solution to make sure that our city is shining for All-Star Week, they've said yes. And they've been coming together to help volunteer to be part of the solution. As visitors and residents navigate our city, they'll notice beautiful murals, they'll notice enhancements to our public services, vibrant downtown neighborhoods, and crews hard at work, keeping everything clean and easy to navigate. We're also working with partners to ensure everyone can participate in these activities and enjoy all that is happening. There's a lot of stuff going on for All-Star Week. It is a chock-full calendar of events, both official and ones that we've been working with the community to put on. And those are events not only ticketed, but also free. So there will be plenty of opportunities for all to come and be part of it. In addition to the All-Star main events, we encourage residents and visitors to stop by the Seattle Center. We'll be hosting movie nights there after the Home Run Derby and All-Star Game, and on Sunday night we'll be doing a drone show there. It'll be free. Pike Place Market is hosting a red carpet leading up to the All-Star Game, and neighborhoods like Westlake, Pioneer Square, the CID, and more will have activities throughout the weekend. These are the types of events that bring our community together. They're going to not only create a strong and better city, but they stimulate our local economy and bring our One Seattle vision to life. I hope everyone has a chance to get outside with their loved ones to attend some of these events, both whether they're free or ticketed, and explore everything our city has to offer, especially for those who haven't come and visited our downtown, Pioneer Square, or CID neighborhoods in a while. I will now turn it over to Chief Diaz to provide some additional information about public safety.
And really it's about partnerships and collaboration. You know, we've been planning, as the Deputy Mayor mentioned, a couple years in the making of this, and even as we've last year had an opportunity to visit down into LA, where the Dodgers ended up hosting out the last 2022 All-Star event. It really gave us a good insight about the things that we needed to also do and adjust to make sure that this is a safe and exciting 2023 All-Star event. I actually worked in 2001, the All-Star event, watching Cal Ripken hit a home run on his last All-Star game. So we can always remember certain things that brought us to the baseball here in Seattle. But SPD will be deploying several hundred officers throughout each day, all the way through up until Tuesday evening, when we will demobilize close to midnight. You will see visible patrols. You will see in the downtown core, in and around the stadiums, and all the different various special event sites. And we have been working tirelessly with our federal partners to assist. And I want to thank even just a couple, just to mention, TSA, ATF, FAA, the Coast Guard, the King County Sheriff's Office, and the Washington State Patrol, just to name a few. But they have been instrumental. You know, when you look at some of these sites, you have to make sure that you render them safe. And so sometimes it's using dogs to be able to go in and around different locations, and making sure that there's no one that's going to potentially try to harm the event. We have a layered security plan in the sense of we have done a variety of different events at each of the sites that we're hosting these All-Star events at. Anything from at Lumen Field to T-Mobile to Pike Place Market. We've done multiple events. This is part of what we've done over the course of my career and longer. And so we have a already good safety plan in place, and we adjust and accommodate for how the event wants to run. And so just want to make sure that a lot of these successful events will continue, hopefully, in this idea that we will continue that successful operation this week. Safety is a top of mind, and make sure that you have a family plan. As you're trying to get into and around these facilities, you know, we encourage, because we have to monitor a traffic control plan, and we wanted to make sure that people are trying to utilize other types of transportation, so we are not stuck on just trying to manage just the traffic. So we are going to end up making sure that you have a plan coming into the downtown. Park in low-lit areas, secure your belongings, and have a meeting point with your family members. There's a lot of people that are coming and utilizing this space. We encourage that. We want to make sure it's safe and fun, but make sure that you have a plan with your family. When it comes to 911 calls and violent crime, we have a plan to address that issue as well. That remains our top priority. We will make sure that we are responding out to all the calls for service that are coming into our 911 center. We are still having our community violence task force that is still playing a role in addressing the overall level of violence. They're still committed to making sure that we recover guns off the streets. We've made a lot of arrests just in the last several weeks, but there's still more to do in addressing our overall level of violence. That will not have any impact to the personnel that is that we're utilizing for the All-Star event. So I'm going to then turn it over back to Deputy Mayor Wong.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Wong. And you know, I got to lead with this is really what Seattle at its best. Collaboration, coming together with so many people coming together to work together to really make this happen. You know, we're excited to welcome so many visitors to our community, and I got to tell you, like Chief Diaz mentioned, we've been planning for this for a very long time. We know we're going to have people visit the Soto area, visit the stadiums, visit Pioneer Square, visit the waterfront, Seattle Center, Pike's Place Market, and see all those things that Seattle has to offer, and that's what we want. But we want to give you some reminders along the way, because the Seattle Fire Department is always thinking about you and your safety. Normally, if you take medications throughout the day, we want you to think about that. If you need to bring extra with you because it's going to be a long day and navigating your path around the city, we want you thinking about that. What we're seeing right now is about a 20-degree temperature swing between midday and late into the evening, and that can affect us all differently. And so we want you to make sure you're hydrated, have water with you, and all of those things. And you're probably going to be taking a lot of steps along the way. I just finished a walkthrough of Lumen Field, the Play Ball Park, T-Mobile Park, and all around the area. In about an hour and a half, I walked 5,000 steps. So that means you're going to be putting, some steps on your Apple Watch or however you clock your steps. So what that says to me is you need to be prepared. You need to have layers of clothes with you. You need to have comfortable shoes because most people are probably going to be navigating around the community by foot or public transportation. And if you're not used to walking 5, 6, 7,000 steps, well, you need to think about that. Along the way, know where you're going. Look for shade spots to take a break. Look for restaurants to stop and relax for a little bit. You don't have to do it all right now. That's important. And as for the event planning, here's what I want you to know. Your Seattle Fire Department, we have been preparing a very long time to make sure, as Deputy Mayor Wong mentioned, those who live here, work here, and visit here are prepared. You're going to see all of our folks around the events and around the city. All of our 33 stations are fully staffed, and we know we have that resource, but around the events that are taking place, you're going to see some of our folks, and I want you to know what they look like in case you need some help. You're going to see our bike EMTs and bike paramedics, and they will have bright red shirts on. So if you need some help from any of our SFD folks, you're going to see them in those bright red shirts on red bikes, and they're going to have all the necessary EMT equipment. You're going to see our paramedics in the space, and those paramedics are going to have white shirts or white smocks on. So they're going to be around Lumen, they're going to be around T-Mobile, they're going to be down at Pikes Place Market, they're going to be all around the events. So if you need any help from those folks, you know who to look for during that period of time. And our firefighters, you're going to see them out there also. They're going to have blue shirts on or black shirts on, similar to the uniform that I am wearing today. And they're all there to help you and meet all the needs. We're going to have resources on site. Matter of fact, they're already on site, and I just had to walk around of all the facilities. We're ready to go with EMS and fire and rescue and command and control. And we just want the community to know that we're prepared to serve in any capacity that we're needed over the next several days. I'll turn it back over to Deputy Mayor Wong. Thank you.
I'll ask Director Greg Spots from our Department of Transportation to come to the podium.
Thank you and good morning. Everybody at SDOT has been working really hard to make it easy for folks to get around with so many people in town. And we've been preparing for a long time to be ready. We've made improvements large and small to get ready. We repaved Occidental Avenue, which is the main north-south street accessing the stadiums, and also repaved Royal Brougham. We freshened up about 100 crosswalks, replaced street signs, and fixed all kinds of minor repairs to landscaping and potholes and other things. The best way to get around across the weekend and Monday, Tuesday is walking, biking, scooter, or transit. Monday and Tuesday, transit is free. It's very exciting. The major transit is free across all of King County. That's the bus system, the light rail, and the 2 streetcars that are operated by SDOT. We have marked some routes to get to and from the stadiums. There's a walking route that's a green trail. It has little green arrows, just they're like almost like stickers on the sidewalk, and that'll take you across Pine and down First Avenue, or from the waterfront down Alaska Way. So you can look out for those. If you're biking, there's a wonderful protected bike lane all the way along 2nd Avenue. That's a great amenity, and there's also a new bike lane along Alaska Way down the waterfront. And those are your best bike routes. I'm very happy to say that Cascade Bike Club is offering bike parking at the stadiums, which is a nice, safe way to keep your bike, or you can use bike share or scooter share and choose a different mode on the way out. There's also a new ride share parking area near the stadiums, so that if you want to take ride share home after an event, there'll be an area, a very well organized area where you can do that. I would advise everyone in Seattle to think about alternatives to the car, especially Monday and Tuesday at the peak busyness, and so that free transit can also help folks who may just want to avoid congestion in general during the events. We are staffing our Transportation Operations Center 24/7, monitoring all the routes. People who do choose to drive should be aware that there are some street closures that might be different than what you're used to on a typical day. But again, walking, biking, and using transit are the best ways to get around, and transit's free Monday, Tuesday.